everyone! So I just finished this entirety bound. I just finished this bind up, but I finished Hunted by Alex Duval. And apparently this is the end of the series because this is only a 6-book series. I don't know if I'll be able to get it up. We'll see. I'm gonna try and pull it up. So yeah, this is a 6-book series and it feels like it could keep going. Like it feels like it needs to continue to a point where our human Jason Freeman becomes a vampire and everything just, you know, works out for him a whole lot better. But whatever. I liked it. I liked the series. And again, you don't see a lot of progression in the characters, but it's not that type of story where you need a lot of character progression. It's just, yeah. But there was, again, I say there wasn't much character progression, but in this one, Jason, because of what happens in this book, Jason does like put himself more into like the more dangerous situations of like vampiric situations where he could get actually seriously hurt and damaged, even though, like, you know, he was basically manhandled by a bloodlusting vampire in the first book. Then it's either the third book or the fourth book, he got shot in the chest by a crossbow, or like he got shot in the chest with an arrow. So yeah, quite a bit of stuff happened to him, but it's not like he went off to fight or face off against any of these. Sorry, I've got a doggy ear that probably accidentally happened, and I'm one of those people that don't like doggy ears. Like, it just annoys the fuck out of me. So yeah, that is the only real thing is that he steps up in his like in the courage department, and like he wants to prove himself that he, you know, he's strong enough and, you know, capable enough as, you know, the vampires are, and taking care of himself because his girlfriend, you know, is the vampire. Again, I love all these characters. The characters are just great. They don't change. Like, they keep staying they keep staying the same characters that you get to know and to love and to, excuse me. Basically that. But in this book, Hunted, the stakes get even higher. Like, you know, book 5 is called High Stakes. This one, it's like insane. It's, wait till you get to my Christmas gift haul, my Christmas haul. I'm gonna, like, I won't be dealing with, you know, having to have the whiteness around behind my on my computer. Anyway, there's like, alright, so by by chapter 5, things start happening. Like, information, like, sort of like somewhere in the middle of chapter 4, so, like, something random happens, like, okay, that just happened, and then book 5, we get some more information about why that little thing happened, and then everything just keeps mounting, like, higher and higher and higher, and it just, like, gets insane. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm a little scared. I want to make sure everyone gets out alive, and like, oh my god, why is that person there? What? And then, like, we have a fucking double. What? We have a double person. Like, what? It's insane. And I love how high Alex took this last book, even though I feel like he could have done more stories in this series. But whatever, this last book, he took it so high, and I feel like when I was okay, what chapters was I getting to? Like, by like chapter 10, like I got to found myself at chapter 13. Yeah. 13, and we're like, yeah, they're at the stealth point of this point, and so like, not there, and you're annoying. Yeah, like somewhere like before, like, chapter 10, maybe, like, actually chapter 8, like, it starts amping up pretty, like, end of the first, excuse me, the first third and the beginning of the second third of, or like, the second fourth of, I can't really show you, but the second fourth, if you split it in four part, second fourth, oh my gosh, it starts like that's where it starts amping up, and it starts getting, oh my god, like it, I loved every moment of it, and how like the stakes just getting higher and higher, and the danger of them getting kidnapped, getting killed, experimented on, because they're fucking vampires, and you know, in that book, humans don't, like, very, very little humans know that there are vampires in their society, and like, you know, some people want to experiment them so that they can have their powers, or like, because of, you know, vampires live for a very long time, people, us humans want to live for a very long time. We're just, you know, they don't want to age, they don't want to, like, when they get hurt, they don't want to be like, they want to be able to heal a lot faster and such like that, you know. It's very, like, this is a danger, and it's good. It's very good. I've never, out of all 6 books, Hunted was probably the most high-staked book I ever read. And granted, sure, I did get some, like, butterflutters of, like, wow, I don't want this to happen. What's gonna happen? What? Book 6 just took it to, like, a higher level. Book 5, like, high stakes, like, already amped up after, you know, like, 1 to 4. 1 to 4 was, you know, pretty good. Book 6 was like, ugh, I don't like the villain in this book. Like, who was the guy? Mark. Our villain was Mark. Mark was insane. Well, he was a psycho. But book 6, Hunted, just took it even higher than that. Oh my gosh. So, this was a fucking good book, and I recommend it wholeheartedly. I recommend this entire series, just because, like, yeah. You can read it out of order, but I would recommend starting with Bloodlust. And just because each book, like, it goes throughout his entire senior year, and each book has a little information, like, it pulls back from, like, the previous books of, like, oh, like, this happened, and this is why what's happening right now is what happened later, or like, this is happening. I remember something, you know, Jason, like, the weapons that they use in this, it reminds Jason of what happened in a previous book to him. Like, yes. So, yes, I recommend this. It's not a very it's not a hugely mushy, it's not the greatest vampire book, but it's a good vampire series. And it's in the point perspective of a male protagonist, whereas most of the time we get female protagonists. You know, how often do we get that? It's great. Yeah, and I'm done this series, which I'm glad to finally be done. I'm just very happy with this, so I recommend you read it. Yeah, it's just a vampire high school semi-romance, like, it's like an action slash romance, because Jason, you know, starts dating Sienna, and like, you know, like, they fall in love and they want to be with each other, and like all the mushy stuff. But at the same time, because I think it is, because, you know, we have a guy protagonist, and he's leading the book, it's in his third point of view. We get a lot more action and a lot more, like, dangerous stuff, so it does appeal, I think it would appeal well to guys reading it, but, you know, a female probably would enjoy it better. You know, I wouldn't recommend buying it for your teenage nephew, son, brother, grandson, whatever, but if you own it already, like, if if, you know, I may introduce this to like Devin or Lucas, you know, like say, hey, I have this vampire series, but it stars in the male protagonist, and there's a lot of action in this story. There's a little bit of romance, but it's a lot of action. So I recommend you kind of read this. Or if you're like me and go to the library, you're like, hey, I recommend this book to the library. It's, you know, it's cool. It's got mushy stuff, but it's also a very action-y guy book too. Yeah. So I'm done. And I don't need to talk about it anymore, because this is my new book. Back to Kristin Feehan! And this is Dark Magic. Oh my god, I'm so happy to be back in my Carpathian world, my dark books, my Kristin Feehan books. Oh my gosh. And this, oh my god, this book I've kind of been anticipating on how these two characters, these two people came together, because I've listened / read, whatever, to Dark Destiny, Dark Curse, Dark Slayer. So they were already a couple then. And I think I listened / read it the first time, but I definitely read it, as you know, I get to the book review of Dark Prince. And we were introduced to him in there, and his father-in-law. And then in book two, we find out, like his mate, his bride, because I just said father-in-law. And, we read about him, and it's like, he shouldn't be having anyone. And when I read it in, like, the three newer books, like Destiny, Curse, and Slayer, it's like they don't seem right for each other, but they also seem to blend beautifully. And when I first meet him in Dark Prince and / Dark Desire, it's like, how is this gonna work? How? I finally get to find out how they get together, how they fall in love, if they even fall in love, all of that. I get to read about our Dark One, Gregory, and oh my god, I get to find out what, yes. So I'm gonna read the back here. They were masters of the darkness, searching through eternity for a mistress of the light. Would she find magic or madness in his dark embrace? Young Savannah Dobrinsky was a mistress of illusion, a world flame, oh my god, a world-famous magician capable of mesmerizing millions. But there was one, Gregory, the Dark One, who held her in terrifying thrall. Okay, that doesn't make sense reading it, but whatever. Whose cold silver eyes and heated sensuality sent shivers of danger, of desire, down her slender spine. With a dark magic all his own, Gregory, the implacable hunter, the legendary healer, the most powerful of Carpathian males, whispered in Savannah's mind that he was her destiny, that she had been born to save his immortal soul. And now, here in New Orleans, the hour had finally come to claim her. Wait, no, what? No! That's like the wrong city, because he was in Dark Gold, and they were in California. Or, no, we were in San Francisco in the last book, and he was there. And he was supposed to meet up with her. No. Yeah. Maybe we get a prologue. I don't know. The hour had finally come to claim her, to make her completely his, in a ritual as old as time, as inescapable as eternity. Wow, I get sort of like Beauty and the Beast vibe in that. Well, we got a rose, but whatever, it's not, no prologue, but still, This is weird. Whatever. Grigory was totally different from the others. Much more frightening, much more powerful. So, yeah, I got this thing. The other Carpathian males who had hoped to mate with her now seemed like callow youths in comparison. Grigory, the Dark One, took Savannah's breath and turned her body to hot liquid, making her want things she had never in her virginal life dreamed of. Fear slammed into Savannah at the knowledge that he could easily steal her very will, make her his irrevocably. You belong to me, no other. He spoke the words in her head. Then Grigory tugged her to him, so close her body was imprinted for all time by his. He fastened his mouth to hers. The earth rocked, the air sizzled, and in that instant Savannah's entire life, her very existence changed. She needed, burned, ached for Grigory. There was no Savannah without Grigory, no Grigory without Savannah, and that terrified her. Alright, that sounded really weird reading it. But hopefully it sounds better like in the actual book, because sometimes when they take excerpts like this out, they also take certain parts out or entire paragraphs out just to make it like short like this, just to entice you. So yeah, we don't have a prologue. Got 18 chapters here. Oh wow, they have the next 4 books right here that you can order, even though right here they only have the first 3. Weird. You've got the prequel to one of the books. So it's like about one of the female's parents, and she's a ancestors, and she's descended from them. And then this one here is an anthology, so it has only a very short story about one of the people. So yeah, that's that book. I can't wait to read it. I did, because it gets back in there. But it's weird because there's, in Dark Gold, Grigory got a house in San Francisco and said this is going to be the place where, you know, she's going to be here in 3 years and I'm going to wait here for her, and, you know, we're going to be married, we're going to, you know, mate and whatever. But in this book it says there's, you know, they make their final stand in New Orleans. So I don't know, I'm confused, but I'll get clarification in Dark Magic's book review. I haven't heard from them about the last Shannon Drake / Heather Graham book, the Lion and Glory, the Graham book, the last one. I haven't gotten a phone call, I haven't gotten an email stating that it's in, though season 5 of Law and Order SVU is finally in. Oh my god, it took forever to finally get in. But yeah, I don't know when the Lion and Glory will be coming in, but, you know, I'm gonna start that. And the other one will have to wait. I will probably finish this relatively soonish because, you know, it's awesome stuff. So yeah, I hope you liked this book review. If you did, please hit that like button down there below. And tell me if you've read Vampire Beach in any of the 6 books. You can leave that in the comments below. Tell me if you liked it, if you didn't, and what you liked about it. And if you have any recommendations for other vampire books like this. You know, I am reading an adult romance vampire book now. So yummy. Just leave in the comments below. And just don't be negative and don't be nasty, because we do not need that in the world, okay? No. And if this is the first time you're watching my video, please hit that big red subscribe button down there by my picture for more book reviews, hauls, let's plays, unboxing, unbagging, because some of these come in a bubble wrap mail envelope or plastic bag wrap thingy, vlogmas, random vlogs, and random videos. I have no idea what to categorize, and you're gonna overheat. So I hope you like this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.